Speaker ma'am, I have one of my best friend who is the Chief Minister of Nagaland, and he has his own private school in Nagaland, and it got the largest investment among all the schools by his name, G. Rio.
When I see the distinguished dignitaries in front of me, including the senior diplomats representing their states and other prominent leaders, I salute all the great leaders, noble-hearted human beings, endeavored with natural resources, vibrant people, and traditional. कल करे तो आज करे तो आप. There is also a requirement to develop competitive strength from the state's foremost duty to our motherland and to ourselves and our future generations. If we work and sweat for a great vision with ignited minds, it will lead to the birth of vibrant Jai Hind.
And welcome to the monsoon session of the Lok Sabha House of 2023. I invite each and every one of you here as we are going to begin the first business item of today, serial number 1, that is on the topic of the Uniform Civil Code. I kindly request the Honorable Minister of Law and Defense to take the stage. Minister, the time is yours.
Prime Minister and each and every members, I would like to introduce Sama Nagrik Sanhita, or the Uniform Civil Code UCC, into the Parliament to secure a uniform civil code for the citizens throughout the territory of India. UCC comes under Part 4 of the Indian Constitution, which is the directive principle of the state policy, so it cannot be enforced. The secular state shall not discriminate any individual's rights and its life. The secularism process is closely linked to this. No one can infringe others' fundamental rights. Abolition of untouchability, bigamy, having two wives with living spouses. Narusu claims that this, according to his Hindu code bill, it is Shabano claim for maintenance for her husband under section 125 of Code of Criminal Procedure. There are many laws like personal laws which infringe with the constitutional laws. Some of which are Hindu Marriage Act of 1955, Hindu Succession Age of 1956, Hindu Minority.
Quiet down. Order the court.
Thus, everyone should have a uniform civil code under the constitutional law, meeting the legal pluralism currently seen in the personal laws. It will protect the vulnerable sections of society like women and religious minorities and promote.
आपकी इजाजत चाहिए। धन्यवाद। मेरे भाई और बहनों, आज हम सारे विपक्षी दल के लोग आप सबको एक वचन देते हैं, आप सबसे ये आश्वस्त करते हैं कि संविधान में दिए गए सिद्धांतों और गरिमा का पूरा पालन किया जाएगा। हम यह आपसे सुनिश्चित करते हैं कि संविधान के प्रस्तावना में दिए गए कथनों और विचारधाराओं की रक्षा की जाएगी। आज हिंदुस्तान की लोकतंत्र की रक्षा की जाएगी और आम आदमी का आवाज नहीं दबाया जाएगा। मैं ये बताऊंगा कि इनकी जाति और धर्म की राजनीति को आज हम तबने नहीं देंगे। हम इनको दिखाएंगे कि विपक्षी एकता क्या होती है। हम इनको दिखाएंगे कि देश के लिए प्रेम क्या होता है। हम इनको दिखाएंगे कि जुमलेबाजी चोर और ईमानदारी क्या होती है। आज इनके सारे भ्रष्टाचार के घोटालों के पर्दाफाश करेंगे हम। हाँ जी, अब विषय पे आते हैं। विषय यह है कि यूनिफॉर्म सिविल कोड। Yes, I understand that personal laws are distinguished from the public law, and it covers marriage, divorce, inheritance, adoption, and maintenance. हम बोलेंगे कि हर बार हिंदू मुस्लिम हिंदू मुस्लिम हिंदू मुस्लिम हिंदू मुस्लिम कहते हैं और देश में कोई दंगा फसाद हो तो हिंदू मुस्लिम देश में अगर ट्रेन का एक्सीडेंट होगा तो हिंदू मुस्लिम देश में हमारे महिलाओं के खिलाफ अत्याचार होंगे तो हिंदू मुस्लिम आप 2 साल से आप जाति और धर्म के उसका एडवांटेज लेके राजनीति खेल रहे हैं और मैं बताता हूँ कि UCC is another one of your tactics to take full advantage of the sentiments of the religious. UCC is not going to bring unity in our nation. Instead,
Say so, Madam Speaker, if I may, please.
Ma'am, please.
Better. आपके मंत्री ने बहुत लंबा भाषण दिया है। आप कान खोल के हमारी बात को सुनिए। हमने आपकी बातों को सुना है। हम बताएंगे। I invoke the UCC. It is not a uniform civil code. It is dividing civil code. You see,
Please, if I may, these 2 minutes is up.
it is written.
Sorry, your 2 minutes is up. Sorry, we're sorry. We're really sorry. We're going to take your meeting. Yeah, thank you so much.
Mr. Opposition, ma'am, please. Okay. Yes, better.
Wait up.
Member of opposition, please.
Think one way or another. Never mind you thinking. UCC doesn't say that your customary laws will be rejected in all, that you will not get any permission, you will not have any rights. UCC's objective is to integrate the people, unite the people of India. So how can you raise questions that BJP is propagating against the country, that we will divide the country, that we will destroy the country, that we will take control of the country? Why? Why is the question being raised?
Listen, if you listen
Member,
carefully.
you have not asked permission. You are please.
The law does not deny any of the rights.
Yes, it does not deny the
Integrity of the nation. That is what we are saying, and you don't understand.
See,
Let's take it in terms of the Shabana case.
That is my point. That is my point. It does not deny. What is the important?
The Shabana case. The Shabana case. Where a Hindu,
You
where
said that it does not deny. What is the important?
where a Muslim woman, that man chose to convert himself to a Musliman man. And according to the laws of the Musliman, the Islamic, the men are given the right to marry twice, to have polygamy. But the Hindu culture doesn't have that. What does your rights, your customary laws have to do with an innocent woman being ripped off of her marriage, of her life? What? If you are saying that you are scared of the UCC because of your customary laws, we are not saying that you cannot eat your cultural food, that you cannot present your cultural attire in every parliament session. There were 2 parliament sessions, but UCC wasn't taken into granted. Why? Because there was fear for the customary laws. Customary laws for what? If one person has the right to marry, remarry, and leave her woman, why does the rest of the country not have that right? You are too scared of your own mind. You are feared from here. You are fearing from here. You are saying that our customary laws, our civil laws, it's
We are not saying.
Because our society as a large, you know that India has a lot of diversity. And for us, our culture matters a lot. And you try to take away our culture, that doesn't define the thing. And you think about civil thought. So, how can you provide justice to all the religions in India?
Stick to the point.
It is my point. How are you going to provide? How are you going to provide justice to all the citizens of India under the UCC code? Because see, you make one law, it will be offensive to the Christians. Which is not for the Christians, it will be offensive for the Muslims. Which is offensive for the Muslims, it won't be offensive for the Hindus. So how are you going to make a uniform code for all the religions in India? How are you? How are you going to take care of all their opinions and ideas? You know that India has never been there.
Even though you're small, are women not important? Are women not important? What are you going to say? Silence the courts. Even in Naka society, women cannot inherit intellectual property. Nagaland is part of India. Nagaland is part of India. Nagaland is part of India. Muslim daughters only get half of what? Party to give the closing statements before we go into voting.
इंडिया एक डाइवर्स देश है, ऐसा बोलकर आप लोग का बोलना है कि यूसीसी इंडिया में इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हो सकता है, लेकिन क्यों इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं होगा? As a result of the different personal laws and different religions, in order to protect their own personal laws and the religious interests and their own cultural interests, आप लोग को मालूम है कितना differences or conflicts निकल रहा है to protect your own interests and your own religious interests. Regarding, taking an example of the Manipur issue, the conflict between the two tribals, हमारा खुद का स्टेट में ही देख सकता है कि the two religions that are prevalent in Thailand India being an diverse country, it is very necessary to implement useful existence.
For instance, under the directive principles of state policy, the right to education, where we talk about compulsory education. In India, there are millions of people who are not able to get educated in the rural areas because of economic backwardness, and just because of that reason, we cannot punish their parents. We cannot punish their parents. It is not enforceable and not justiciable. And when we talk about the state policy, where they mention that about alcohol prohibition and prevention of wealth inequality, that will never happen. It is not enforceable and not justiciable. And the 21st Law Commission that was implemented, in 2018, right? They did a thorough study and they concluded that it is not compulsory to implement this, keeping in mind the plethora of diversity of this region. And since even the 22nd Law Commission was supposed to be done away this year, but your government extended it till next year, 2024. And this is also a propaganda for upcoming elections. Alright. Wait, Speaker ma'am, may I please? No. We have already exceeded 1 minute. Now we will go ahead with the voting. Speaker ma'am. Speaker, may I? I've already given you your time allotted for anything secular. Opposition. Please, Speaker. Can I conclude? Sit down. You may have 1 minute. UCC is not a threat to secularism. It does not mean. It means that men and women to be subject to the same law. Sit down. Let me speak.
Speaker, ma'am,
All the members, please sit down.
Speaker, ma'am,
Time will not be given. Member of opposition, I will throw you out. Sit down. Please sit down. Time limit has exceeded. Say no.
No!
Is rejected. Order, please. Order.
A good education is the foundation for a better future, and it is the fundamental right of every child to get an education as per the provisions that is laid down in Article 21, which declares that the state shall provide free and compulsory education to all children of the age of 6 to 14 years. And in this regard, the government has taken thorough measures to ensure that the government schools and institutions are being set up from every city to every village. The government here is not encouraging business in education. Why, you may ask? We are doing enough to set up educational schools and institutions providing free education, and at the most, we are charging a nominal fee, annual fee. So here again, when we talk about the commercialization of education, it leads to institutions running on the basis of profit motive and charging exorbitant amounts, leading to barriers of entry for the vast majority, and at the same time it is jeopardizing the quality of education. And even in this regard, the government is making an effort to implement a law that regulates the fee structures of the educational institutions.
You are educated from the private school. I can firmly say that you are not educated from government school because you know that the government is not responsible for this. They are not taking the responsible for free and compulsory education up to the age of 14. So how can you say that under Article 21 that free and compulsory education are being provided to the children?
If you're not satisfied with the education system that we provide, what are you doing? Because we have passed so many schemes, we have passed so many laws, and we have in our many years of ruling in India, we have passed so many laws, we have passed so many schemes for the educational rights of each and every children. You are saying that the age of 6 to 14 has the right to education, but you are saying that we are not providing that. But actually,
Maintain the decorum of the court, please. Speakerman,
we do not care about that right now. Right now, you are arguing about the future of our country. We do not want that. You are saying all of the national schemes may be. Even you cannot. I assure you, you cannot. But what we are talking about here is the commercialization of education, which is not good for the future, today, and every generation to come. Why are you fighting against your own daughters, against your own son? Why? Why are you fighting against the government to not give education to your children? Why? If you have so many questions,
Members of opposition, please behave yourself. Okay, time will be given to the opposition member now.
so you say that you can't even name one scheme that your government has given, right? What is it?
Have you done that? You did that. We did that. We did that. You did not.
You can't even name one scheme. One scheme teachers, if the government teachers themselves are not responsible for teaching those students, if they are giving substitutions to the government school, why are you against this commercialization of education? So why?
Excuse for commercialization of education in India. It is not guaranteed that just because education is commercialized that it will be better. Thank you.
Several parents, बहुत सारे माँ बाप हैं जो who will go to any extent to take care of their children's education, and then there is no regulation. Speaker, ma'am, thank you.
85.8% of schools in India are government schools. At present,
Where are schools in the document?
Order, opposition members, please. This is your final
the
warning.
majority of schools in India are run by the Indian government. Set aside 1.1292 lakh crore for education, which is the highest ever comparing to the past. Situated in a rural area and established with the Union of Decommercialization, Medical Education and Healthcare, which is Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Science and Research. It has been said that it would provide medical education and quality medical care completely free of cost to all. And it has, through NEP, it has introduced practical knowledge and removed rote learning. The government has done enough, and
Look in corner of the rural areas. There is a government school provided for every of the students for the professional development.
Gives that government school is much more higher than private school. But where are all the students going? Are they favoring government school or private school? Come into reality. Speaker, ma'am, I have one of my best friend who is the Chief Minister of Nagaland, and he has his own private school in Nagaland, and it got the largest investment among all the schools by his name, G. Rio. What?
The opposition is talking all rubbish, but I am here, standing to select these gateways for education.
Silence! Silence!
The government has taken significant measures to increase gateway to education for the youth by providing boosts to universities, IITs, IMAs, and similar institutions across the country. Commercialization of education in both government and private institutions. So you don't have the right to bring private institutions into our matter.
At BMW, how did they come? It's because they're exploiting the students. Trust me! That is the best example of commercialization, and your government is still silent. You're saying that you're providing free and fair education. Where is it? I don't see any free and fair education. I'm so sorry. The government schools, they're getting richer and richer day by day, and you people are still silent. Why? Because the private schools are mostly owned by the bureaucrats, and how are they earning that money? By exploiting the students. Shame on you and your government!
Honorable Speaker, may I? You are speaking about the government schools. You are blaming us, but at the end of the day, it's you parents are the ones who are sending your children to the private sectors instead of supporting the governmental sector. You are sending your children to the private sector. That is your fault. That is your fault. You don't have any right to speak here. Sit down. Order.
You say that you're tired of hearing your words, but how can you be tired when you don't even hear your own words? You know?
Members of the opposition, keep your comments to the point.
You say that, sir, ma'am. You say that we the parents are responsible for sending our kids to the private school. Why don't we? Because the government is not providing any good facilities for the students. So private school is the only option. And how can you say that the government school is the best when you can't even give the statistics? Please take a seat.
Honorable Speaker, may I? You say that our government is doing wrong, but one hand.
We never say that the government are doing wrong.
It's you, the public, the parents, who are looking for standards rather than the quality. So you're choosing private sector instead of government sector. So it's your fault.
How can you say that the
More qualified teachers in governmental schools rather than private schools. So the quality and the infrastructure, the quality we provide is much better in schools. So
Members of opposition, order! Yes.
In the government school, there are only 4 students in class 10. And they're only passing the metric exam. And this year, we don't have any student in class 10.
Okay, name that school.
No student in government school in class 10. Bye bye, Tata. What are you doing? The teachers, what are you looking? The government, what are you saying? The students? Education Ministry is from your life. Yes.
If you talk, I'll talk more longer than you. So please give up.